Hey everybody, this is Laura, and today we are going to make giant paper snowflakes so that you can decorate your house, your school, your church, your cafeteria, your, I don't know where else you go, places. You can decorate places. You can do any size paper if you want. It just needs to be square. So I used 12 by 12, and you'll see how giant those snowflakes end up. If you want it to be a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to handle, just go to a smaller piece of paper. It helps to use something a little bit heavier than copy paper. I used cardstock here, but that was pretty heavy. So you can go somewhere in between that. I think you would be fine. Just vellum, I don't know. Something that can hold its shape a little bit, but not be impossible to cut, I guess, is the way to say it. So you fold your paper in half and then in half again to make a triangle, and then you're going to cut on the side that is folded like in a snowflake. You want it to be all the folds are in that spot, and you're cutting parallel to the side that is the longest. That's important. If you do that, you end up with this. It will unfold in a minute and you will see. If you don't cut that way, you'll end up with a square that has lines running down it and not those V shapes. So you're going to fold the center together in like a tube and tape it in place. Then you'll flip the whole thing over and you're going to do the same thing. But the next step is beautiful. So as you do this, as you cut more and more, you're going to do 6 pieces. Remember, you're going to cut 3 lines, always 3. You can do your best to cut them straight. They don't have to be perfect. Just don't cut all the way to the edge, and make sure that you are cutting parallel to the side that is the longest of your triangle through the part that is all the folds together. I'll show you again, don't worry. So there's one piece. Woo! That is one arm of the snowflake. I'm going fast in this one. Oh my goodness, the speed. I forgot I sped this up. Look at me. No one has ever been faster. I wish I was this fast in real life. All the skills. So back and forth, each side. There's an arm. Okay, fold it in half on a diagonal. Fold it again. Cut through the folded side, parallel to the longest side. And see, that time I did not do 3 cuts. Always do 3 cuts. Fold a little tube, flip it, tube, flip it. You got to flip it good. And I'm just going to proceed in cutting these. You can fold them all and cut them all before you tape any of them. Whatever makes you happiest. As I progressed in this, I started giving myself a blister on my thumb, so be aware that you want comfortable scissors and not whatever I had. And I will put a link in the YouTube description box of a diagram for this so you can see it a little bit easier, because it is hard to show exactly where to cut in a video. So many pieces, everybody. 6. And you do need 6. You don't need 7, and 5 is not enough. Trust me. I have tried to shortcut this, and it does not work. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to connect them. Take the edges, it doesn't matter which side you use, and staple them. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be lined up amazing. And then find some place where the two connect, or are close to each other towards the edges, and staple those together. And that way, your snowflake won't flop. You don't want a floppy snowflake. You're going to do it again because it's easiest to connect 3 to 3. Now the stapler here is why you don't want your paper to be too heavy, because you do have to get through all of the pages eventually. So you'll be stapling through 6 sheets of this. So you want it to be something you actually can do. So do 3, and then you're going to repeat the process with your other 3. I'm talking to Alexa in this, so I muted myself. Alexa works in the children's room, and she came in the middle of me doing this and was like, what is happening here? Which is often what people do when they see me at work. What are you doing, Laura? What is this craft, and why? Why now? Because holidays are coming. That's why. Holidays. So staple your 3. Staple the edges like that. Now he will not flop on you. And then take your 3 and your 3, overlap them in the middle, and staple all of them together. It's very hard to show this. Just trust me, I stapled all of them together. And then you're going to staple again the outer edge on either side so that your snowflake holds its shape. And I will show you what it looks like from far away after I have done that, so you can see exactly what these things look like and how big they are, because they're giant. And there it is.